Hey everybody, welcome to the video. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. A while back I did a how I sharpened my chainsaw video, and there was some comments and stuff about chains. Or actually I made a comment about the 325 chain I run on my Mark II Husqvarna, and how I didn't like the chain, but I wasn't aware of other options. Anyway, there were some good comments. And everybody was talking about a steel chain. I've run Oregon chains on everything that I have, always have. Been happy with them. So I thought I'd do a little follow-up here on the 325 chain, what I found, and what I'm currently using. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly review the three chains that I have. I'm not an expert on any of this stuff, but this is the chain, Husqvarna X-Cut 33G. And that's the chain that they sent me when I bought the chainsaw. I did buy this saw. I think it was Chainsaws Direct, one of them, last year. At the time that I wanted to purchase the saw, there was, everybody's afraid to leave their house and no businesses were open or anything. So I went ahead and ordered it online. That's the chain they sent me. See, I don't know a whole lot about the 325 chains, but anyway, this is the Husqvarna X-Cut chain that they sent me. And I did make a mention in a video how I liked the saw, but I wasn't happy with the chain. So here's the chain. See if we can get a focus here. Here's the chain. Just your standard semi-chisel focus. With the anti-kickback. There we go. And I put it on there, and I immediately didn't like it. I'm used to running a 3/8 chain on my larger saw, and I didn't like the way it cut. So I went out to my guy, my chain guy, and I told him, I don't like this Husqvarna chain. Give me an Oregon chain. I know Oregon chains are what I normally use. So here's the Oregon chain that he sold me. And as you can see, pretty much the identical chain. And I don't know if it was just me in my mind, but I like this chain a little better than I did the Husqvarna chain. So I started running this one. And then, like I said, when I did my sharpening video, there were some comments, and everybody was saying just go out to your Stihl dealer, which I don't go to my Stihl dealer. So I was like, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll go check it out. So I walked into the Stihl dealer with the Oregon chain that I just showed you, and told the guy behind the counter, I want the most aggressive 325 chain that Stihl makes. What do you have? What do you got for me? So he went over to the shelf and dug around through the boxes, and he came out with a chain, which turns out that it's this chain. Now that's what I'm used to seeing. Single raker, depth gauge, whatever you want to call it, and full chisel chain. So they didn't have a 20. He had to go in the back and make a 20 for me. And I took it home and put it on the saw and cut with it, and I was real happy with it. It's, I guess I would call it very aggressive, in my mind anyway. Maybe it was just because I was used to cutting with the safety chain or whatever you want to call them. Now, I did, the very first day I put this new chain on, actually not this new chain, I did try to cut a rock in half unknowingly underneath the snow. And I wouldn't say I destroyed the chain. Actually, it's over here in the vise. Take a look at it quick. I wouldn't say I destroyed it, but see if I can get it to focus here. I have one side now that is significantly shorter. It pretty much wiped those teeth right out. They were bent over and pretty much destroyed. So by the time I got it straightened out again, sharpening and whatever, I had to take half the tooth off just to get it to cut again. So I was cutting that day, like I say, so I went back and bought another one. Because, you know, when you get a new chain, the first thing you want to do is try to cut a rock in half with it. So here is the new one. I've just touched this one time with the file. It's still pretty much brand new. Like I say, I'm not an expert at this stuff, but I appreciate all the comments. I don't remember who made the comments on the steel chain, but as for now, we'll see how it holds up in the frozen maple that I'm cutting. But I'm real happy with this. I have a Johnson's 2150 that I'm going to do a little work to and put back together. And I'll probably end up back at the steel dealership to buy another one of these for that one. So that's my take. That's my non-expert advice on this. If you're not wanting the anti-kickback, the safety chain, then I guess you got to go to steel. Now, from what I've been told, and I don't know about the Husqvarna, but the Oregon chain, from what I've been told, focus. The Oregon chain, which is this one here, apparently Oregon does not offer a 325 in the non-kickback. If I'm wrong, and the Oregon does make one of those, if you know, throw it down in the comments. I'd appreciate it. But as for right now, I'm sold on the steel chain. Okay, so that's what I know about 325 chains, anti-kickback, and non-anti-kickback chains. One thing I did fail to mention for those of you that don't know, apparently if the box that the chain comes in is green or has a green square, that's going to be your anti-kickback chain. The boxes with the yellow chain or the yellow square or yellow sticker on them, those will be your more aggressive non-anti-kickback chain. I think the steel chain that I have that I've showed in this video is, don't quote me on this, but I think it's called an RM, and they will have a yellow sticker on the box. I hope this helps some people out, and for those guys who know more about this than I do, feel free to go ahead and throw it down there in the comments, and I'm going to just keep on continuing to learn about these chains. And like I say, so far I'm sold on the steel chain. I like the aggressiveness of it and the way it's cutting in the hardwood that I'm cutting. So thanks for watching, everybody, and go ahead and, like I say, leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate all that stuff. Have a great day.